It's early for me. I'm trying to get up earlier and get a little more, feel a little more organized in my life. Happy Easter. It's Sunday, April 4th. And it's cloudy. Doesn't look like it's raining, and I don't have any rain on my little gizmo here, so we shall see. But my water's ready for my coffee. Good morning. Happy Easter. I'm Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee and chat. I hope you're having a good weekend, and I hope you're having a lovely holiday if you celebrate. I'm wearing my Archer. No wonder I'm cold. I think I have it on backwards. Maybe not. Surely I would notice that. I have to put my tags in. Pat gave me tags. I haven't put it in yet. It's not on backwards. Pat gave me tags. This is the back that I can put in my sweaters. I have some sweaters. Like yesterday I wore my Paloma. And that's when I really have trouble figuring out the front and the back. I should put tag. But this one I had right. It's just that I'm wearing my shawl. And I forget, like the Nightshift shawl or something like that. It's the Mosaic shawl by Andrea Mowry. And I made it all out of my handspun. This was a while ago. And I'm wearing it Mean Girls style with fringe, because, you know. And it has a lot of fringe. And it was before I figured out how to manage my ends as I went along. Good morning. So I'm fully recovered from my vaccine, although, you know, all I had was a sore arm, so it's not like there was any big thing to recover from. But I'm feeling good. As I said, I'm trying to get up a little earlier, and because the last 3 hours between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. are not super productive for me. Those are vegging hours. But I think if I got up, you know, I got up an hour and a half earlier. So I think, you know, the 3 hours up until midnight, 9 to midnight, 8:30 to 11:30 are more productive than 10 to 1. Anyway, so I'm trying to, you know, I do that periodically. And then I have a really bad night, and so I stay in bed in the hopes that I'll, you know, whatever. Anyway, good morning. I've decided you can have finished objects way faster as a painter than you can as a knitter. I'm still working on my granito. I usually, you know, and I'm usually a faster knitter, but I'm getting distracted by the painting. I mean, I'm a faster knitter because I spend a lot of time knitting, and if I'm painting instead of knitting, so. But my granito is coming along. I have at least 3 inches, at least, beyond where the pockets started. So I'm, you know, can see the light at the end of the tunnel for the body of this granito. I have to wash some sweaters. My granito and my Isabel Kramer sweater, whose name I'm not remembering at the moment, that I like a lot, are both in my hand wash hamper. So I need to do some sweater washing, and now that I've cleared the bed in the guest room, I can easily do more than one sweater at a time. I can just picture the pattern, but, you know, with words. The words. So I finished Jerry's Garden. My friend Jerry took this picture and put it on Instagram. I said, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. This is her backyard a week ago. She lives in North Texas, so spring comes earlier there. And I just thought, that is so beautiful. Now, I started this picture earlier in the week and hated the first layer. Now, I do understand that. This is very common for me, you know, when I'm doing a complicated picture, you know, that I hate the first layer. But I was really unhappy with how I did. It wasn't just, you know, I just felt like I had been sloppy. I mean, these trees are not, these are kind of thinnish and elegant trees. My trees aren't thinnish and elegant, but I am much happier with this picture now than I was earlier, by a lot. Much happier. So anyway, so this is Jerry's garden that I finished. I will tell you that I want to just take, notice the shadow. This is all shadow here. This is all in the shadow, in the shade, and, you know, with little spritzes of light showing. I just want to take a light gray, very, very, very sheer gray, and glaze over top of a lot of the bottom of that picture. I might try it. What the heck? I mean, it's not like it's a brilliant, fabulous picture. And, you know, I would learn something. But I feel like if I took a glaze, like from here, and left some of this unglazed, you know, because there are some sunny highlights, and just carefully glaze a light, sheer light gray, would just... I tried to get the shadow on the tree. Anyway, I think I'm thinking about doing that. If I do that, I'm going to have to tape it back down again so that I keep the edges of the picture. And then I got very brave. And I decided to try ice and glacier. This is a glacier in Patagonia in Chile. It was a really amazing trip. Really amazing trip. And I did it on a big board. So there's my glacier. I'm pretty happy with it, I have to say. But I have been thinking, this last little bit I put into, I think I need to soften that a little bit, and then I'll be done. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, to tell you the truth. To be honest with you, pretty happy. And I mean, it's just a wall of ice, which you can see in my picture. It's just a wall of ice. Maybe I'll get really brave. I have some icebergs and some pictures from Antarctica that I would love to be able to paint, but, you know, that's really serious ice painting. So those are my two finished objects. Although, I don't know, I'm really tempted to try to glaze Jerry's garden and see what I can do. See if that's a viable option for creating shadow. Because normally you would just take, you know, each color and just make, you know, have a darker shade. But this whole side of this picture is in shadow. You know, it's so much darker. And I went in and I darkened over here by this pot because it was too bright, but it's still so bright. I don't know. We'll see if I get brave. I may have another finished object for you tomorrow. The same picture over and over. Oh, I changed it. Here, look at it again. Oh, well. No plans for today other than painting and knitting. Working on my granito. Maybe I should measure it and see how much more I have to do before I start the ribbing at the bottom. Because I've finished the length of it, and then I have to go back and where I have put stitches on holders for the back of the pocket, and then I've got to knit the back of the pocket down as long as I want the pocket to be, and then in the finishing you sew those pockets down, and voila, you have pockets. Nice to have a pocket. 2 pockets. Then of course I have to do the sleeves and the neckline, but that's you know, the finish line. So I will work on that. But it's kind of dreary looking out. I don't know if this is clouds that will burn off or not. It could be though. Did not get to 50 yesterday, as Dennis's phone of all knowledge gets it wrong again. So it probably won't get to 60 today. We shall see. See what color I'm going to have on my temperature library. I have Caper, New Olive, Maroon, and Rooster so far this week. Oh, did you watch Christy's floss tube? I couldn't tell you her news is because she was going to put it on her floss tube, but she has passed the last sort of official review, not review because there are more reviews coming, but her provost has recommended her for her promotion and her tenure. And he is or she, I'm not sure, is the last person on the chain who will review her submission, her, you know, all of her letters of recommendation and the things she's written and the reviews from her students and all the things, whatever she had to put into her tenure package. This is the last person who actually reviews the package. There are, you know, people up the ladder, maybe the president of the university, and somebody probably even, possibly even in the state system have to approve as well, but they are just deciding based on the recommendation of the provost because they will not be looking at her actual submission. So anyway, this is important. So I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. I've told you this story before, but I used to laugh at work. You know, people would say, oh, what's Christy up to? I'd say, oh, she's getting her PhD in medieval European history. I'm going to be supporting that job for the rest of her life. Because no, there are no jobs. And look what happened. She's got a job, which was a miracle. I mean, it wasn't a miracle. They were lucky to get her. But there are only a handful of jobs in her field every year. And how many candidates graduate all over the country? I mean, it's really tough. It's a really tough area. And anyway, I'm so proud of her. And her students are lucky, I think. I think she's probably, I mean, I've never seen her actually teach a class, but you can see on her videos. And when, you know, some of the things she does are so interesting and imaginative and captivating. Anyway, I'm really proud. So that was her big news. You should watch her floss tube. I will link to it below. I haven't been doing that. Christy's Corner. For those of you who are new, we don't have, I don't know how many people are new, but make it easier to find her. If you like cross-stitching and and embroidery. She mostly embroiders, although she finished her first cross stitch, her harpy and dragon. She finished it. Yeah. So there you go. And so I'm just going to be stitching. Oh, I'll be stitching tonight because she and I have our Sunday night craft together, and we work on our temperature library together, which is why I'm going to have caper, maroon, rooster, and new olive. Who knows? I don't know what I'll have the temperature today. If it gets in, you know, the high 50s, that's going to be a whole new color. I don't know what it's going to be. Some green. We shall see. So I will wish you a happy Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny brought you lots of goodies that you're allowed to eat. No Easter Bunny goodies for me. That Easter Bunny's trying to knock me off my diet. And I hope you have a great day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe and stay sane. I can't turn you off.